Hello beautiful people, so welcome once again to my channel. So today we're going to be making this beautiful bodycon dress. It's a straightforward tutorial and it's very easy, so stay tuned guys and do not skip any parts. Make sure you watch to the end of this video. So please subscribe to my channel and also like this video. God bless you. So what you'll be needing mainly, you'll be needing a paper pattern, your French curve, your armhole curve. Then if you are using a paper, you'll be needing a paper. Then I'll be using 2 yards of fabric to be enough for a size 6 to size 10. Then I'll use a bias tape for this, my French curve. So those are the basic things I'll be needing. So let's get straight to this tutorial. So I need to mark my starting line first before I'll be taking my vertical measurements. So from my shoulder to my bust, 10 inches. From my shoulder to my waist, 16 inches. From my shoulder 8 inches, and the full length is 50 inches, which I later did on my exact fabric. So this is a paper, so I'm just showing you guys as an illustration. This paper is not up to 50 inches, so let's just assume it's 15 inches on this paper. I'm just showing you guys because if I draft on the fabric direct, it won't be clear. So that's why I'm using a paper pattern to do this, so it will be visible. So I'm just going to mark my lines straight as you can see me doing in the video. So I'm going to label this bust point, waistline, hip line, then the full length. So after doing this, I'll take my shoulder to shoulder. This is a picture of what your shoulder to shoulder measurement looks like. So after getting that, you divide that figure by 2. Next is for me to take my round neckline. So I'm using 3.5 width by 4 inches length because I want it to be wide. It's a wide neckline. So I'm just going to connect my lines like so. I'll be using my armhole curve to do this. So I'm just going to connect the lines as you can see me doing in the video. So next is to take our shoulder slant. Remember, our shoulder is not straight. So at that point where I took my shoulder to shoulder measurement, I'll go down by 1 inches. This is to create my shoulder slant. Then I'll connect it to the neckline. But before then, I need to mark this line straight up like so. So I'm just going to use my ruler and do this, mark it straight down. Then I can take my 1 inches shoulder slant and connect to the neck as you can see me doing in the video. So this is my shoulder slant because our shoulder is not straight. So after doing that, I'm going to take my armhole measurement. This is a picture of how to get your armhole measurements. So mine is 16 divided by 2 will give me 8. So I'm just going to mark my 8 like so. So I'm just going to rule a line straight up like so. Then I'll find the midpoint of that 8 inches so I can create my armhole curve. So this is the midpoint. 8 divided by 2 will give me 4. That is my midpoint. So I'll go in by half an inch as you can see me doing in the video. Then I can create my armhole curve. But before then, I need to take this line straight down to that point. Then I'll label this as UCL, which will be my upper chest line. At this point, I need to impute my bust measurement. So this is a picture of how to get your bust measurement. Divide that figure by 4. Your bust 36 divided by 4. There's no need adding any sewing allowance because I'm creating my armhole curve. That's why I need to get my bust measurement. So I'm just going to connect these 3 lines as you can see me doing in the video. So from that line, I'll connect straight to that point I went half an inch inward, then to my bust points as you can see me doing like so. So I've gotten that. So next I'm going to be taking my round measurement. So I've gotten my chest measurement, which was 36 divided by 4. So I'm just showing you guys how I use my measuring tape to get my number. You can either use this or you use your calculator. So don't add any sewing allowance after getting your round bust measurement. Don't add any sewing allowance because it's a stretchy fabric. So at my waist, this is a picture of how to get your waist measurement. Divide that figure by 4 and do not add any sewing allowance. I'll move down to my hip. This is a picture of how to get your hip round hip measurements. Divide that figure by 4. So at the end line, since it's a straight gown, I'm going to be using that same hip measurement at the end line. And I'll just mark like so. There is no need adding any sewing allowance. Then I'm just going to connect all lines together. So after connecting all these lines together with my ruler and the hip curve, I'll connect all these lines together. After doing that, then I'm going to cut this out and place on my fabric. So I'm just going to do this like so, and a cut. So this is it after cutting on my fabric. So for the back parts, I went downwards. My back length was 2.5 inches. So the difference between the back and the front, there's no much difference. The only difference is if you're adding a zipper, you leave your zipper allowance. Then the back width, the back length, you'll be going by 2 inches. You won't use the 4 inches you use for the front. It will be shorter. So I use 2 inches for the back because I won't be adding a zipper for this my dress. So you can add a zipper if you want, but mine won't have a zipper. So I'm going to be using this bias tip to pipe the neckline. So I'll first of all join the shoulder point together. So after joining the shoulder point together, this is how it's going to look. I've already piped my neck, you can see in the video. So next is for us to create our sleeve. So to create this sleeve, I need to get the measurements for the armhole. So I'm just going to fold the dress and then get my measurements for the armhole. That figure is what I'm going to be using to fold my sleeve and to draft my sleeve. So I'm just going to take the measurement like so. I'll just take the tape from one end of the back armhole to the other end of the right armhole. So I'll just take my measurement like so. So after doing this, I got 23.5. So that figure, I'll be dividing it by 2, which is what I'll use to fold my pattern. So 23 divided by 2, I'll use that figure to fold my pattern. Do not use my exact measurements, please. You need to measure on your client. So you need to measure on the dress you've already created. So that number you get, divide it by 2. That's what you use to fold. So at that top point, I'll go downwards by 5 inches. I'll go downward by 5 inches. At this point, I'll go inward by 3.5 inches. So I'm just going to connect from this 3.5 inches to the 5 inches downward that I came down from. So I'm just going to use my free hand to create. So I'm just going to use my free hand like so to create this. So now is to get the vertical lines. So from the sleeve cap or the shoulder point, I'll place my tape like so and then take my vertical line. So from that sleeve cap to my biceps is 10 inches. Then from the sleeve cap to my sleeve length, which is the full length, is 22 inches. So I'm just going to mark my lines and then rule the line straight up before taking my round biceps and my round wrist measurements. So after ruling the line, I'm going to take my round biceps. So you need to measure on your client. My round biceps figure, I'll divide that figure by 2. My round bicep was 13 divided by 2. I'm just going to place this exact figure like so. I won't be adding any sewing allowance to this. So I'm just going to mark my line like so. Then go down to the wrist part. Take your round wrist. Depends on how free you want the wrist area to be. If you want it tight, fine. But here I'm using 10 inches. 10 inches divided by 2 will give me 5. So I'm just going to mark it like this. Then connect all 3 lines together. So I'll be using my hip curve to connect from that point to the biceps, then the biceps, and then I cut. So after cutting the left, so after cutting, I'll attach it to the dress. I'll attach the left side to the dress and to the one side of the dress and the right side of the dress like so. So I'm going to use a pin to pin from the center point straight down to the end line. And these are I'm going to sew. If I'm sewing, I'll sew from the center point straight down to the left side, then also for the center point to the other side straight down. So I'm just going to pin and then take it to the sewing machine and sew like so. So I'll do the same thing to the left side. And at this end line, the waist area, I'm just going to fold by half an inch and then sew to cover the rough edges. So I'll take it to the sewing machine now and run a stitch to sew the sleeve to the dress. So after sewing the sleeve to the dress, you can see how it came out. This is how it's looking. So now it's for me to join the sides together. So I've joined the two sleeves together to the dress. So I'm just going to fold like so, and then join from this sleeve straight down to the end of this dress. As you can see me pointing in the video, just run a stitch straight down. I'm going to be using 1 inch sewing allowance because I want the dress to be very tight. It's a bodycon dress, so I'll be using 1 inch sewing allowance on both sides, the left side and the right side. Use sewing 1 inch sewing allowance to sew this straight down. So I'm just going to take it to the sewing machine and do that. So after sewing, this is how it's looking. I'm done sewing. I'm done joining the sides, this left side and the right side together. So I used 1 inch to sew from the sleeve straight down to the end of the dress on both sides, the right side and the left side, as you can see. So now I'm just going to turn it over and wear it on the mannequin so you can see how the dress came out. So this is it on the mannequin. You can see how nice it's looking. So guys, this is the end of this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching and see you guys in my next video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. God bless you as you do that. Bye guys, and see you in the next video. Bye.